Behind me, Cooktown and the Endeavour River that runs through its heart. And we're essentially here because of two men, Captain George Bransford and Richard Oback. They sailed the Sea Baby out of Cairns in September 1966, chasing the first big black marlin in these waters. They hooked and landed a fish over 1,000 pound, and they put Cairns to Cooktown on the map as the best black marlin fishery in the world. People now come here from everywhere. We've come from down south and we're fishing with the crew of Kanahoe. They've just won the Lizard Island Black Marlin Tournament for the second year running. The weather's going to be tough, the fishing's tough, but I'm looking forward to catching black marlin on the Great Barrier Reef. Still just tracking our way up the inner side of the reef. We've been playing around with a few lures over the other side. This is our gold F18. I had a lot of faith in it. It screamed off like you wouldn't believe. Tony's grabbed the rod and it seems like a pretty big fish. Believe it or not, we're still just collecting bait. Ah, the stinky barracuda. Oh, whatever it was, just got bitten clean in half. Look at that. Right near the boat. Talk about a dog-eat-dog world. That was the shark mackerel, and it got sharked. You gotta be quick around here. Just going through the passage, caught this beautiful little rainbow runner. See, it's almost the same colour as my Shimano shirt. They are excellent marlin baits. Very, very pretty. They're here in their millions. It's this one's unlucky day. So just running through the black marlin rig. There's our Mac tuna. It's all been bridled, a 20-0 tuna circle hook, then about 6 metres of 550-pound mono to a massive pigtail snap swivel. Our rod is a 60-kilo custom-built Ian Miller, and on it, a Tiagra 130. In saying 130, it's because it holds 1,000 yards of 130-pound mono line. The drag setting, well, I can see 35 kilos in full sunset. It is serious fishing tackle for very serious fish. And if you're going to fish this, you do it in a game chair. Sitting up on the fly bridge of Kanahoe with Dave the skipper, and from up here you get such a different perspective of what the baits are doing. You can see the skip bait beautifully, you can almost see the swim bait, you can actually look through the whole spread and hopefully see that big shadow come from beneath. But Dave just said he's actually going to climb to the tuna tower because he wants an even better look. But let me just say this, if that's the tower and that's the rockin', he's going to be doing a lot of moving. So I think with my weak stomach, I'll stay here or maybe on the bottom deck. Beautiful fish, he come up on this bait. He's not a big fish, and then he's just coming through the spread. So cool to see from up there. The tension is just unbelievable. We've been trolling for about an hour. We've seen this fish come up. He's gone from one bait to the next bait to the next bait, and all we can do, keep trolling along, and hopefully we can get him excited. He just might not be in an eating mood. Oh, nice.
Big number.
That is a Mac tuna, also known as kawa, I think. And you can tell by the spots just up above those little fins there that he's a Mackie. And Wade, you reckon Macs are pretty rare this time of year?
Oh, they do get definitely harder to catch as the marlin season goes on, so they're worth their weight in gold, yeah.
Beautiful little black marlin. When I say little, probably still 250 pound, but the bait that's out there is physically just too big for him to eat, and he's a pig. So we've still got a bait in the water. We can only hope he comes back, but he's taken the middle. He's now taken the hip bait. We can only hope he comes back on the swim bait. And there is a saying around here, it goes, the grander sunset. Well, we're coming up to sunset. He was no grander, but still a beautiful fish. So close. One of the fantastic things about liverboard fishing, and we all heard in the sort of 90s about motherships, but liverboard fishing, we go out fishing on Kanahoe during the day, and then at night we come back and anchor up, have a good feed, which they're cooking now, is you get to fish the whole time. And I put a little bait out and I have caught myself a shark. That is a cool fish. We're just on the back of the reef in the quiet part, getting out of the 50 knots of breeze we've got. Oh, and there is our shark. Now, what species of shark have we got?
Reef shark, huh?
A reef shark. Incredibly powerful fish. It took a pretty big bait and swallowed it. Mate, you want me to hold him while you try and get those hooks out, or? Okay, I've got him. Now, some bad news for sharks. Literally millions of sharks are being taken from the ocean every year. For food, people take their fins and make them into aphrodisiacs. I don't know what you'd want to use them for. Now, sharks do cop an absolute hammering. So if you catch a shark, unless you're really, really desperate for a feed of flake, let it go, because these are the garbage collectors of the sea. They knock off all the sick fish and all those weak fish, so that we end up with an absolute premier race. Mr. Shark, thanks for coming to play. I'll give you a wave with the caudal fin. See you later, baby. We slept behind the reef last night, had a beautiful dinner, up for a nice brekkie, and we're at it again. Every day starts with bait collection. Today, the good news is the weather looks like it's on the improve, and we've all got a good feeling. You've got to think positive, and I am positive we're going to catch that big black marlin today. Very, very cool. Wade spotted a few birds. Our skipper Dave drove straight towards them, and in the end I was up on the bridge with him. We could only see one bird. But that one bird still resulted in a triple hookup, and they got a bit of sting. How quickly your fortunes can change. They look like mac tuna, and when they get near the boat and they're a little green, they're a bit hard to get up. Beautiful fish. I could be wrong, but I'm tipping mine might be a mac tuna. But it's just given me heaps on this mono. Both the boys are fishing braid, 80-pound fins. I've got 10 kilo Maxima fibre glow, and with that stretch, I just can't give it the same pressure they can on braid. So slowly up, one pump at a time. Here's our fish. Beautiful mackie. They pull hard. What gorgeous, gorgeous fish. Look at those stripes down the back there, like on the flanks of a slimy mackerel. They are 100% absolute unadulterated muscle. Fishing can be hot and cold at times, but when it's hot, it is extremely hot. Every lure gets nailed. And Plukey's little blue rose there is bouncing around as another mac tuna comes over the side. They are cracker fish. Now don't forget we want to, whoop, and mine just fell. No, mine just fell off at the boat. You can see why she fell off. That middle hook is gone. These fish are feeding on krill at the moment. Wade was just telling me they're very hard to find when they're on krill because they'll bounce up all the time all over the place. So you just got to move around as much as you can to find them. And look at that beautiful fish. The colours are sensational. The peck fins fold down so they can swim fast as. They are cracker fish. Excellent, excellent bait. As the sun sets over the hill in the Endeavour River, Cooktown, that concludes 3 days of extremely tough marlin fishing. Just last week, and then the year before that, this crew on Kanahoe won the Lizard Island Black Marlin Tournament. 2 years in a row. Unfortunately, the fish just didn't turn on for us. But how good were those underwater shots of billfish coming up on the bait and whacking it? Better luck for us next time. That's fishing.